What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mighty Mouth here, back with another video. Today I want to talk about POE 2 on console. Some of the problems, some of the reasons why players have to make certain choices, have to go one way or the other with their builds that they can't necessarily do on PC, or they can do on PC, they can't do on console rather. And while I ramble, I'm going to give you a little taste of what it's like to play on console from medium bad, wait till the end, to upper echelon, all the way off the fucking Richter scale. Couldn't imagine it. Bad. So one of the things is optimization of the game. I don't know what has to be done or what can be done, but it doesn't run very well on the console. And I understand the hardware is different and we don't have top of the line PCs, and the GPU just isn't at the same caliber as a lot of your guys' graphics cards. But I mean, this is ridiculous. There's one thing to be said about Diablo 4. It kind of just ran good, you know. It may have been subpar game, but it looked pretty. It ran good. But that's why you'll see in a lot of my videos, everyone comments like, oh, well, your build doesn't do a lot of damage, it's pretty slow, whatever. Dude. But as you can see, one thing I can do is tank. I can take a lot of damage, because even if you can deal a lot of damage and you can delete things instantly, there's going to be scenarios you run into where you get stunned, the screen goes black, and you have to pray to RNGesus that when your screen comes back, you are alive. And I want to ensure that when that happens, more often than not, I'm still alive.
What the fuck?
So, one thing that stands out running with my buddy Albie here, aka Not a Thief, on his Deadeye, is the multiple arrows. If you get an even number of arrows on console, it makes it incredibly hard to play. So you either go with a dual string with +1 additional and don't spec into firing the other, or with 2 additionals and don't spec into firing the other, or you go all the way all out till you get 5 arrows. Because if you hit that 4 in between, it like forks and there's nothing coming up the middle. And on console, you can't just point and click where you want it to go. It auto targets something, it fans out in that general direction of whatever it is, and you're just stuck that way. So you just can't, you don't have the manual dexterity that you do on PC. Another reason why I elected to go with this build, other than thematically it fit with my name, Mighty Mouth, Mighty Shouts, Shout Warrior, whatever, is because it's just easy to play. All I do is just mash this trigger button and shout, and then occasionally I throw down an Earth Shatter or a Hammer of the Gods. I'm lazy. I work full time. I'm a dad. I don't want to have to, I want to be just hyper focused on getting after it. I don't want to have to focus on like, okay, I need to aim here, aim there. I need to be looking underneath my character, make sure there's no AoEs, make sure there's none of these things. And I can get kind of distracted sometimes. So I was a Thorns Barb in D4, just fit my brain dead playstyle. And I like support-esque characters, something like that. You know, a Templar I think is going to appeal to me pretty well. Or like a hybrid between the Warrior, Druid, Templar, somewhere in that strength to maybe strength and class. But mainly the UI disappearing in the middle of combat is probably the #1 issue with POE 2 on console. Your health bar disappears, you don't know what's going on, you can't see the AoE that's on the ground, you literally can't see the ground is gone. So if we could get that fixed, that would be miles above anything I could imagine. The problem, I believe, is the instilled map. When you get edges, like on these maps, it's got that texture of like the snowy ash fall, and it goes infinitely into that plane of nothingness that is the outside of your terrain. It just continues to fall down there somewhere. So that's ever expanding on the map out that way and on your screen into the ether or whatever, and it just takes up just so much GPU. It just sets it on fire. But without running instilled maps, are you even really running maps? It's like even my kind of 0 DPS build can do regular T15s like 4 minutes a map. So, well, other than when I'm going through every item and rolling it and doing all that. But so that's the main thing, is the actual graphics, the optimization needs to happen, and I think we need to figure out a way to put a little bit more control into the controller, because you can lock on a target like a boss, and that's cool. You can lock on a target like a rare mob, but when you're just fighting multiple trash mobs, it's kind of hard to discern between which one you're attacking and which one is the one you wanted to attack. Especially with like Dead Eyes or even my Hammer of the Gods. There'll be one monster and I'll throw a Hammer of the Gods, but I'll be running this way and like pushing the analog to shoot that way, and it'll just go completely away from any monster that's anywhere on the map and just land off into the distance somewhere. And when you have like a 24-second cooldown, that's pretty garbage. That feels bad. I'm coming to you. You know? I'm down. So my suggestions, I mean, make the hold to aim a little bit easier. Maybe you could make it like a click in R3, and it like while you're shooting you can kind of maneuver it, because right now you have to move it and it gives you a circle that like allows you to aim your skill if it's like Orb Storms or whatever. So you're like moving and trying to use the other analog, but like as you're moving this way, if your analog is right here, it just like, oh my god, we have you're doing this number with your character and your aimer. You're like trying to do all this and it just doesn't work. It's just, I hit it, I'm down. I'm not trying to shit on it and say it's a poor design. I get what they were getting at, but it's just, it's ineffective. It just does not work. So council players are left to just pick brain dead builds to be able to play and actually function. But hit this breach on the top. Aside from optimization and certain builds, I like the way the game plays. I wish we had a few more options, which we're going to get obviously with the other characters releasing in Ascendancies. I'm trying to get to you guys. I think the Warbringer's Ascendancy and the entire warrior like section of the tree needs some love, instead of like all these negatives with reduced attack speed with already super slow skills. But I think they're on the right path. If you guys enjoyed these kind of compilations of I don't know, glitching and lag, and you want to see more of it, I guess let me know. I just wanted to do like an organic hot take of what I experience in the day-to-day. If you want to see more, let me know. I'll do a more thought out video. Stay blessed. You are enough, and as always, stay mouthy, guys.